Chatting with the Chamber. We're here with our second guest for our March episode, and that's Terry Hansen. Terry is an attorney here in Verona, and she's just set up her law practice here not too long ago. So welcome to the program, Terry.
Thanks very much, Carl, and you can call me Terry.
All right, I will do. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your business and how you came to set up your law practice here in Verona?
Okay, first of all, I've been a lawyer for a little over 20 years. And I've worked for larger firms in Madison, and just before this I was a sole practitioner in Madison. But then I decided that I would like to move to Verona. I've lived in this area in the town of Springdale for a number of years. I really like the atmosphere and the people here. And I also think that this community fits well with my areas of practice. And those are family law. I have been involved with, unfortunately, people's divorces for a number of years. Also, I've helped people form guardianships. I've done estate planning, and I also work in the area of real estate, helping people buy and sell homes. And I have also worked with small business owners, setting up their businesses as well as buying and selling their businesses or assets.
Well, that's interesting, and it's going to be a good theme because our last interviewee was a real estate agent, so you work with people in real estate as well.
Yes, I do.
So we have a nice theme running through the show, but let's go back a little farther. What prompted you to go into the legal profession in the first place?
Well, initially, while I was in college, I had owned a gymnastic club, and I coached very high-level gymnasts. In fact, I had coached the first elite gymnast from the state of Wisconsin, and I enjoyed it very much. But at some point I realized that I couldn't do that forever, and I wanted a bit more of an intellectual challenge. And at the time my brother was going to medical school, and I knew quite a few people who were lawyers, and they seemed very interesting to me, so I thought that I would give it a try, and I've really, really enjoyed being a lawyer.
That sounds terrific. And it's nice to know you can go from one career to the other like that. And
there isn't a lot of overlap between those
that's
two.
true.
Yes.
And that's another thing we have in this segment. You'll have to watch the whole episode to see how this theme is playing out. But you started your business and your firm here from scratch in Verona pretty much. Tell us what that's like. Is there some challenges to doing that?
Sure. One of the main things I think now is to find a good location. And in fact, on the way over here, I saw someone who I think was looking for an office space. I saw him, I did pass a sign where there was a rental and he was looking through the windows, but finding a location that you feel comfortable with and that has good parking and easy access for people. So I found this location that I like very much. It's centrally located.
What has been the greatest challenge to starting the business in Verona so far, Terry?
Well, I think like anyone starting up a business, the biggest challenge is reaching the audience that you want to have. And so trying to let people know that I'm here, what I'm able to do, how I would be able to help them. And that's why I appreciate being able to do this interview.
Sure. No, that's what we're here for. And how have you reached out? Through advertising?
Yes, through advertising, through contacting former clients, telling them that I've moved here, through just going around this neighborhood and introducing myself to other business owners.
So you have to be kind of to start your own business, you almost have to have a marketing thought in the back of your mind and be a people person and really kind of get yourself out there.
Yes, that's definitely true. You really have to be able to do that.
And have you enjoyed?
I do enjoy meeting people and speaking with new people, finding out if there's some way that I can help them. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. Those are all skills people need who want to start a business, and I know a lot of people who watch the show are people who want to start a business, so it's great that you can relay your experiences to them. So, if there was one thing you could tell the people in Verona about your law practice here, but maybe they don't know, what would it be?
Well, I think it would just be that I am here and I'm here to help people with whatever problem may arise. And I would work diligently to try to help them find a solution to their problem. If I'm not able to do that, I could certainly refer them to somebody that would be able to help them out.
That's an interesting little side point. How much do attorneys work together? You mentioned referrals. Do you have a good network of attorneys?
Yes, I do, because I've been in this area, in the Dane County area, for such a long time. Yes, I do.
So,
very good.
So someone who comes in here and maybe it's just not your area of expertise, you might be able to direct them the right place to go.
Yes. In fact, I just had someone call recently with a question as to whether or not I would do contract arbitration. And I haven't done that before, although it does sound like an interesting thing to do, and I was able to refer him to another attorney.
Well, that's really interesting to know, because I'm not sure people who are picking up the yellow pages or something and looking for an attorney would think of something like that. So I'm glad you brought that up. So let's, while we're kind of advising folks and talking about getting into the law profession, if you were advising someone who might want to be thinking about going to law school, what is one bit of advice you might give to that person?
Well, I would just encourage them to do that. I think that our nation is a nation of laws, and going to law school really increases your horizons in every direction. You're able to understand the basic processes in the country, and it also allows you to help yourself and other people, and it really broadens your horizons. I would really encourage someone to do that.
Now, I know I have a young friend who's going to start law school in the fall, actually. And one thing I've known several folks who have started law school, and many of them are motivated by things they see on television.
Oh.
Yeah. Is the actual running a law office a lot different than it is on television, as I suspect it might be?
I'll tell you this. I have a friend who, after law school, went off to New York, and he was a public defender. And David is a very outgoing and gregarious person, and in fact, he wrote a book, and just recently there's been a TV show about his life and his practice. So that's quite out of the ordinary, but very unusual things can happen. Mm-hmm. So, but I think what you were anticipating, I would say, is that no, it's not like what's portrayed on TV in general, that right. is true.
You don't solve everybody's problems in 45 minutes
on
TV.
No, not at all.
All right, well,
except for David, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm sitting next to someone who knows somebody famous, which is pretty good. So 1 degree of separation here.
Right.
Right. Well, Terry, if someone wanted to get in touch with you to discuss legal matters or any sort of situation, what's the best way for them to do that?
If they would just call me, my cell and business number is 608-772-3939. We could talk about the problem. Generally, I give people a free half-an-hour consultation. They could come in, meet with me, and we would discuss it and see where to proceed from there.
Okay. And the address of your office is?
It's 111 East Verona Avenue.
And just for people who need landmarks, you share the building with the State Farm Insurance Agency.
Yes.
On East Verona Avenue, and you're right across the street from Capital Bank.
Yes.
So that should help you find Terry here. And Terry, do you have a website or anything like that?
I am currently setting up a website.
Okay.
But I don't have it up and running yet at this point.
And how about email? Can people contact you by email, or how do you do that?
HansenLawVerona@gmail.com.
And one more time, why don't you just give people the phone number?
It's 608-772-3939.
All right. Well, Terry, thank you very much. This is a very interesting segment, and we enjoyed having you on our show.
Thank you very much, Carl.